Today, we're diving into something very Filipino, very everyday, and very mood dependent. Yep, we're talking about the weather. Not about the weather forecast, but how it affects everything from our food cravings, to our plans, to our emotions, to our decision to buy your shoes, your house, your car, whatever.
Bakit nga ba one ambon and we're like, well, everything's canceled. Or when it's super duper hot, bigla kang maglalaba ng hindi naman schedule. Do you really need that sunshine so badly?
Especially in this rainy season, you need that sunshine so badly. Anyway, ready your umbrellas because we're about to start. This is GM2U. Welcome back to GM2U, and today we're gonna be talking about our mood swings in different weather conditions. So we have those, especially when we have plans. Have you encountered that crazy weather condition where the previous week, when you had no plans at all, it was so sunshiny, hot, very fair weather, but this week, when you and your friends eventually plan to go out and hang out, it suddenly becomes stormy. It rains so hard. It's windy and everything, and that is a very depressing scene. So how we wish the weather goes according to our plans, right? So
Right.
that's what we're gonna be talking about today. So, how different weather affects our emotions and energy. So, let's say, when there's a sun, you become productive. Kapag naman umuulan, you become sleepy and it's like a vibe check.
Right. As they say, it's sweater weather. Sweater weather. Just because the weather is like rainy, it feels so cozy. Honestly, my favorite weather is when it rains or when it's cold. I don't like hot. I don't like summer. Especially like right now here in America when we're recording this, it's currently summer and I don't like it just because it's so hot. And one of the things is when it comes to summer, like you can't really wear the nice clothes that you have because it's hot. So as someone who likes to put on something from time to time when it's too hot, of course, I'm not going to wear that. But I am trying to transition. So I know we're talking about how the weather affects our emotions and our energy, but it also affects our fashion sense.
I agree. You know how the hot weather really tends you to decide to wear nothing but thin clothes?
Yes.
or you, at worst, a tank top. So there's no style. It's just like everyone's at the beach, everyone's going out, ready for tanning. There's no style. Unlike in weathers or in situations where the weather calls for a cozy jacket or some knit wear.
Right.
Because actually knitwear today is very, very stylish.
That is fair.
It's so amazing how knitwear transitioned from just being for cool weathers and now it's being used for even hot summers. So maybe that's my suggestion. You should buy some knitwear and bring it there.
As someone again who I'm the type of person who loves being in a cold weather, but I would say I don't like extremely cold either. And here in the US, we have 4 seasons. We have spring, summer, fall, and winter. And my favorite season's fall. Just because it's a little bit colder. Not too cold, but it's cold. it's just the nice. It's gonna be like you see the colors of the trees change, the leaves change. It's always a nice time at the park when it's like fall. You get that breeze. So it just uplifts my mood, and I'm so excited just because it's August and it's fall starts next month. So I'm like, I just need to hold on a little bit more. Just hold on a little bit more. And I know also there's a thing here in the US where this is for relationships. Summer is the time to look for is usually the time to look for partners. Just because you're by the beach, a lot of people are out and about, they're on vacation, enjoying. So a lot of people try to be a little bit more, accommodating to relationships. So there's that. I'm not one of those people. Yeah. I am very emotionally unavailable. I'm kidding. I'm not emotionally unavailable. I'm just kidding.
So that is what you do when the sun is out.
Yes, they become emotionally unavailable.
Yeah, correct.
But it's true. Like it does. Like just the different weathers, different seasons definitely affect each and every one of us. It depends, I would say, on how I guess it just depends on the person. But again, I'm the type of person to just be, inside, cozy. Yeah. I don't want to be out, even though my personality is very outgoing.
That's a good thing when you have those kinds of seasons. You have those kinds of weather conditions. But as Filipinos, and I know Migs will agree because his school used to be not used to be. He used to attend the school at Taft Avenue, so he knows when it rains, it pours.
Right?
So everything is canceled.
Yeah.
So there's a saying in Filipino, umihi lang yung daga, baha na agad.
Yes.
So
to translate that in English, if a rat pees, it floods. Yes. It already floods.
That's
especially
how plugged our
sewer system.
Sewer system.
Our solar system.
Sewer system is in Manila. And then when the sun shows itself again, everyone goes out. So there's two things that bring traffic to Metro Manila when it rains hard, and when the rain stops pouring, everyone goes out.
Yeah.
When it rains,
so hard, there's no winning.
There's gridlock. Yeah, there's no winning.
There's no winning against the traffic in Manila. That's what you're trying to say. And oh my God, I remember my car just stalled in the middle of the street just because. I had a tiny Honda City, which is, I would say, like a Honda Civic equivalent here in the United States. It basically stalled in the middle of the street. It was a 1996 Honda City. It stalled in the middle of the street just because the flood was up to half of the wheel. So I stalled right in the middle. So the flood cost traffic immensely, but I also caused traffic because my car was stuck in the middle of the road. Because flood water got into my engine. I had to spend like 7,000 pesos to just get the car fixed. That was such a bad experience. Never again.
Yeah, you thought your car was a truck at that moment.
Yeah. I mean, I had no choice, unfortunately. There was also this one time where I was coming from the same university, going back home. I think I left at like 8 p.m. because our classes ended late. Was it 8 or 9? It was late. So I was going home. The flood wasn't that high, but it was flooded. But because of being it flooded, I got home at like 6 a.m. the next day. What? That's how bad it was. I was stuck in traffic. Really? I was stuck in traffic for, let's say 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, for 9 hours because of the flood. I literally Instagram storied my whole experience. I saw rats swimming in the flood water, people walking in the flood water selling to the people in cars, like snacks or drinks just because, they know that we'll be stuck there for like hours. So yeah, it was, yeah, like floods in the Philippines, never underestimate them.
By
Never.
the way, for the viewers who are just tuning in right now, we're still talking about weather mood swings, huh? We're
Right.
not talking about Noah's Ark. Though
Right.
that sounded like Noah's Ark.
It does. And honestly, it affected my mood. It was, for the first time,
Yeah, I was about to ask, what was your mood?
right. So for the first one, when my car stalled, I was so mad. I was so pissed. I was so annoyed just because I had to spend 7,000 pesos just to get my car fixed. And, like, who wouldn't be mad about that? For the second one, where my car was fine, but I was stuck in the streets of Manila for like 9 hours because of the flood. I couldn't sleep. I was awake that whole time. But I was joyful just because, I was just enjoying, I was just thinking that this is a moment where I could just like not think about anything. So I had my radio, like I had my radio blasting, listening to music, just enjoying. I'm pretty sure the people next to me were probably looking at me like, who's this crazy guy just like dancing in the car stuck in the middle of flood water. So, like I just tried to make the best of it. So yeah. The one biggest problem being stuck in that car for almost 9 hours was, I mean, I only felt the urge to pee when, like we were close to getting out of it. So it wasn't that big of an emergency. But imagine if at the beginning of it, it's like I had to hold my pee for 9 hours. I would have died.
Yeah. The rain here in the Philippines, it really gives you a some say it gives you a sentimental vibe, but for me, it really gives except for when I'm resting. But when
Right.
I'm not, it gives me an angry vibe or
That's fair.
an angry mood.
If I know Filipinos have the connotation of being resilient. It's because of how the weather is there.
Yeah.
To our Filipino listeners, I'm pretty sure I just triggered something in you.
Yeah. Don't romanticize resiliency. We demand the government better services and everything. There's this thing when Migs was telling about his story stuck at floodwaters. I was imagining him at Taft Avenue, stuck in his car, stuck in the floodwater, and then there's a signage at the distance, and it says, "This is where your taxes go." Oh, come on.
Basically.
So we're here now on our segment, What's on Your Plate? Because GM2U is not complete without food.
Yes.
And for
I'm hungry.
today, me too. And for today, whether food is a thing. Oh, it is. Really.
It is.
Especially when it's
100%.
cold, you gotta have that bowl of soup.
Yes.
And let's talk about how the weather determines what we want to eat. So, as
Yes.
I've said, there's more to eat. I mean, for me, there's more to eat, or you want to eat more, rather, when it's rainy.
Yes. I
Maybe
agree.
because it's cool, you can,
Yeah.
you can regulate your body temperature. But when it's hot, you won't like to eat, eh.
Right.
Even if you have that electric fan beside you, it's like blasting
Right.
hair dryer air.
Right.
So it's hard to eat. It's hard to focus. You're dripping with sweat. So except when you're eating halo-halo or anything
Right,
cool,
like ice cream,
bingsu,
yeah.
ice cream, right? So really, the weather for me to have a good feast is when it rains.
That is true. When it rains, it just, it just feels a little bit more cozy.
Yeah.
If you have like a bowl of wonton noodle soup,
Wow.
when it's raining,
nice.
or maybe some lugaw, some congee, even just like a plate of like freshly cooked rice and then some like some food right beside it, maybe like some breakfast food. It's just like, and then it's raining. It just feels a little bit more cozy, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like it feels a little bit more home. When it's like hot and, you know, sunny, like as what Stephen mentioned, like maybe like a bowl of ice cream, a bowl of halo halo, you know, those are definitely like must picks for that kind of season. Yeah, it definitely determines what type of food you eat. It just depends on what mood you're also in, because there
Mm-hmm.
are some people who would love to, you know, eat a bowl of soup in blistering heat. So, you know, if you're that, you're weird. I'm kidding.
No, they're Filipinos. They're not weird.
They're
It's
Filipinos.
us. We drink coffee in the morning even if it's already 33 degrees at 6 a.m.
That's true. But I mean,
Oh
I would say
gosh.
like there are also like people internationally who would drink iced coffee in the winter. So
Huh?
yeah, it just really it's their preference, you know.
Okay.
I guess it does like weather does determine what you want to eat or drink, but there's some people who are so set in their ways that no matter what they eat or drink in the certain weather they are at, you know, like it doesn't matter. They're just gonna drink what they want. So if it's like, if snow is falling, you know, and then there's like ice everywhere, they're still gonna go for that iced coffee.
But doesn't that make you feel stuffy in the nose? You know, air is dry and then you're eating something cold which makes you feel drier.
Right. Again, that's why I call them weird. Because it's crazy. I mean,
My gosh.
I do the same thing, admittedly. Why? Because I just prefer iced coffee over hot coffee. So I don't
But
know.
you're
I'm
in
weird.
LA. That's understandable.
I mean,
Yeah.
yes, that's true.
There's no snow there. But if there's like snow outside, you can make iced coffee with snow. That's too much. That's too much. Come on. You're gonna make your nose bleed.
But yes, definitely weather food is a thing. To the people watching, share those food that you eat on certain types of weather. Down in the comments below, we'd love to try those food that you guys want. You know, that you guys are wanting to eat in certain types of weather, whether it's ice cream during a very hot day or like a bowl of soup when it's raining. Share it down in the comments below and we'll give it a try.
And now we're here on our segment GM2Me, where you send your question in the evening and we answer it in the morning like true procrastinators while drinking hot coffee in 34-degree weather.
That is true.
That is true. Or iced coffee. Depending
Or
on
iced coffee, depending.
good for you if you drink iced coffee in hot weather. Anyway, let's read our question. And it's from Dana. She's 22 from Batangas. And she writes, Hi, GM2U. Do you also feel lazier when it's gloomy? I feel like I cancel all my plans when it rains and I just feel black. But I want to stop using the weather as an excuse. Do you have tips on how to stay productive even on gloomy days? Okay, I want to go first. If you want to stay productive in gloomy days, make sure to, number one, get a big umbrella. You know, if you need to commute, make sure you're fully dry. If you don't have a big umbrella, wear a raincoat so that you can proceed. But if all else fails because there's a big flood, I think sleeping in would be the best idea. Unless your room is also flooded. So, I don't know. I can't give you any more suggestions for that. You do you. But yeah, that's how it is when it's gloomy. You can try to do things, try to go anywhere, try to meet friends, or just anything. Don't cancel them. Don't cancel your plans. Don't cancel your appointments. Just proceed. No, it's just a choice of going on with your routine and going on with your schedule.
I'm gonna give you the best advice. It looks like from what I'm reading, you're an extrovert. Cause you feel lazier when it's gloomy. You don't like. It feels like you're the type of person who don't like canceling their plans, and you just feel you don't like feeling blah. Go to your corner, face the wall, and contemplate your life. Okay, I'm getting riled up. As someone who's tired of people and everything.
Do you know her?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm just like, basing it off a question. But, as someone who's like tired of, like I'm meta. I'm thinking meta in this question. Like, I'm basing it off my personal experience. Do not take for granted those days when you just feel blah. Just because it's a great time for you to rest. You probably haven't watched our last episode where we talked about rest. Go watch that. Because when it rains and it feels gloomy, let all your plans cancel. That's honestly the best thing to happen. Why? Because you can do anything you want in your home. You can catch up on your favorite shows. You can catch up on your favorite video games. You can just FaceTime people. Don't go out. Don't live your life outside. Just stay inside. Be an introvert like me, Mm-hmm. Kidding aside. If you really want to be productive in weather situations where it's just like really gloomy, it's just like you feel like, as you said, blah, like you don't feel doing nothing. Honestly, the best thing to do is just rest. Rest is not being unproductive. Rest is being productive. Why? Because it allows your body to rest. It allows your your brain to rest, in which you can do a mental health reset as well. In days when it's just like super gloomy, it's just raining, like, you have plans to go out and whatever, just rest. Like if your plans cancel, they probably canceled for a reason. So, yeah. If you're feeling unproductive, rest is being productive. That's the biggest thing that I've learned in my years of working. I'm old, so trust. Yeah, like resting is definitely a big thing. Like if there's days that, those, I would say those are godsends, just because we forget, like we mentioned the previous episode, like resting is just, a lot of people take resting for granted. So if you have the chance to rest, especially on those days that are extremely gloomy, rest. Do some self-care, take care of yourself, cook your favorite food, order food outside. But yeah, it's not being unproductive. It's about resting. But we need to really learn to just enjoy ourselves with ourselves. So
anyway, I think that's it for our episode today. Thanks again for joining us. I am Stephen.
And I'm Mix. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Well, next time, not tomorrow. Next time. See? This is why I don't like people.
We will rest tomorrow.
We will rest tomorrow, yes.
Bye.
Bye.